How does that affect the electorate in terms of if they made up their mind to go there and vote for a particular candidate? How does that change anything?
It changes something. It was called the bandwagon effect. It's really serious.
Yeah, but you know that
and that's why,
no matter the bandwagon effect, people will vote for who they want.
Yeah, well, bandwagon effect, voters' apathy, and so on and so forth. Now, let me just put it this way. If it's not important, if that schedule is not important, you think the National Assembly will be changing it?
But that's not the first time
exactly.
It's changed.
Now you have
but is it the first time it's been changed?
No, you had now asked the question, why? What is wrong with the last schedule? Ask the question, did anybody come to articulate any reason? No, they just said, well, because we can do it, we have to do it. And that is the problem. Because nobody is coming down and saying, well, because this schedule, the last time we had, the last schedule, something was so wrong with it. I mean, elections are not credible. People
but I
are going
think
to court.
They came up to say,
if you ain't broke, why are you fixing it? That is the question.
Sure, but they came up to say that they had to do it because they're seeking the independence of the National Assembly from the presidency. But hold on. The question now is, do they have the right to tinker with the order of the elections?
That is in my own view. I do not think because of the policy rationale of creating INEC, regardless of what it says that they can, with the Electoral Act back and forth, I don't think that they have that right to tinker with the schedule.
Constitutionally?
Constitutional, because it just affects the independence of INEC. If INEC says this is the way we are going to conduct the election, this is schedule, and you start tinkering with it, now you're affecting the independence of that body to make decisions, even though you think you have the right under the Electoral Act to do so.
Okay, so the
message is just so wrong this time.
The argument is that they did this so that they don't have to depend on the president, whoever wins the presidential election, to get their tickets for a return. So they're seeking to be independent of the president. So they finish their own and then the president can come in.
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. For the president, I really don't understand what you're asking. If I'm from the point of view that if something is not broke, don't let us fix it and create controversy. That is one. Two, constitutionally, let INEC has the independence that is intended by the Constitution, by not tinkering with their schedule. Third, when you're tinkering with the schedule, this manner, creating controversy, it sends the wrong message to the electorate. It undermines the confidence that we have in the election process in this country. And to me, that is even more dangerous than the two other reasons. And that's where I stand. People may not like it. Let somebody come and articulate. Tell us what was wrong with the last schedule. What was so wrong with it? The presidency was not getting a ticket or whatever it is and so on. But we had an election that put them there in 2015. A lot of people said it was, considered it was credible. The schedule, of course. Well, my opinion is we should have it one day. But if we had it according to that last schedule and nothing was wrong with it, why are we tinkering with it?
You talked about a bandwagon effect. Is there anything wrong with it?
With the bandwagon effect?
Yes.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. However, if you assist that by the schedule, I mean, you're talking about, again, if you create democracy, when we look at it, it must be taken serious. That is the whole thing. And everything that we do must be clean, straightforward, transparent, and everything. So if you're creating the ground, the atmosphere for doubt.
Some people argue that when you talk about the bandwagon effect, you're having people in a party, for instance, with the same ideas, same even manifesto to that point. And if the people agree that this is the manifesto that we want to run with, and it tallies with a bandwagon effect, then would it be right to say that a bandwagon effect has no problem with it?
Well, when I say bandwagon effect, what I'm talking about is you have two entities trying to take advantage of the bandwagon effect. That is the perception when you start tinkering with the election, with the schedule. You create
when they amend the Electoral Act, you mean?
No, when you amend the Electoral Act to the point of this.
But it was amended in 2010 as well.
You can amend it.
And INEC conduct elections based on that same Electoral Act as amended.
Again, timing is very important.
What's wrong with the timing?
You have to articulate what
you come across as though you don't want politicians to play politics.
I want them to play
and some of them are saying, they've cited the law,
Yeah.
saying, show us from the point of law where we have gone wrong. Every other thing can just be speculations and hypotheses, but we are lawmakers. Show us where the law says we cannot amend the law, either the Constitution or the Electoral Act.
They can amend the Constitution. Nobody is saying they cannot.
Okay, you're looking at...
I'm looking at the rationale. I mean, so many lawyers have come up with legal arguments, actually.
That's
and they pointed to the Constitution, back and forth and stuff. But I'm just looking at it from the point of perception and what this can create, and then the independence of election and so on and so forth. And the timing of it, we're only so close to the election. But INEC needs so much time to prepare for this election, like you said, logistics and stuff. The timing of it...
The INEC you're talking about, remember, they've not even submitted their budget to the National Assembly.
Why?
They should be telling us, because we did ask them. They couldn't tell us. They said, well...
maybe they're still looking at things, such as the amendment that is being created.
They can always go... How many times have they submitted the budget and then go back? And the National Assembly listens to them, remember?
From the INEC point of view...
They've always given them money that they...
If you're INEC and you're sitting down there trying to prepare the budget and boom, consider an amendment or Electoral Act amendment, what are you going to do?
Nothing wrong.
You have to stop and look at it.
Don't they always go back and say,
they can go back, but are you saying that will not affect the process of preparing the budget? I'm not defending INEC. I'm just thinking.
They didn't tell us that when they were
there. They didn't.
They should have told us.
Let's just hope that's not the case. Let's hope that they will submit the budget. But at the end of the day, I think we all have to work very hard to sustain this democracy, and they have to see it that way.
So ultimately, people need to go out there and get their permanent voter cards. Mr. Mwewashobo, a legal practitioner, thank you for coming on this morning.